Jag lär ut scenisk gestaltning på Operahögskolan och det är ett fantastiskt arbete som jag har lyckan att ha. Vi kastar oss. I Puccinis Bohème, La Bohème, så kämpar de fattiga unga konstnärerna för att klara vintern i det kalla Paris. Och i den här scenen som ni ska få ta del av nu så ber både Rodolfo och Mimi sin goda vän Marcello om hjälp. De älskar varandra men de kan inte leva tillsammans. Och Mimi, hon är så sjuk. Och ni kommer att ha dem där uppe. Så kom lite hitåt. Varsågod.
Tack fina sångare och fina Puccini. My name is Christine Morgan. I'm assistant professor of musical interpretation at the University College of Opera in Stockholm. Once upon a time, there was a king called Gustav. The year was 1773 in Sweden, and as he walked in the corridors of his palace and in his palace gardens, he was thinking about art, the stage, and what they meant to him and to civilization. He was, after all, an actor, too. He thought that art was essential to everyone, and because he knew that not only must it be felt and expressed deeply, but also be learned as a craft, he created a school to teach us how to be singing actors, to be opera singers, to express our humanity in this unique and powerful way. This is the University College of Opera within Stockholm's University of the Arts 2017. This school, created by the king called Gustav, third of that name. So this is the tradition that we give life to today. Now, Gustav knew that being a singing actor was demanding. So do we. We also know that we must do as Wagner wanted us to do. Mach Neues, Kinder. Make things new, my children. So how do we do this? What skills, training, and reflection do opera singers need in 2017, in the future? What is it we do all day long at the University College of Opera, up that hill there? In preparation for today, I read through the description of our educational program that we publish for those who want to audition for our school. Let's have a look at those areas that we explore. The voice. As she is not able to be with us today, I will share with you some thoughts from our assistant professor of singing, Ulrika Tenstam. The singing carries the drama. To develop an opera voice means letting the music and the drama color the voice with the entire spectrum of expression. To work with singing is to work with the entire person, physically, psychologically, and emotionally. The opera voice is even a link to the wordless expression of the child, crying, anger, joy. We work to inspire our singing students to be artists, to explore themselves as a vehicle for the art of storytelling, to move people by opening your inner space to reach an audience with the truly human. The body, what about the body? The voice lives in a body. Therefore, our students have to train their bodily awareness and their physical expression in specific ways. And for this embodiment training, they have movement classes and projects in music drama, improvisation, theater training, role analysis, text analysis. All of these elements are necessary for a role to come alive on the stage or in a dome. We also challenge our students with courses that take place in spaces that are not the traditional proscenium stage of Gustav III. In fact, our participation here today in the Dome is part of a course entitled Sight, Encounter, Happening, which we will continue in the Reactor Hall up the hill on the KTH campus, absolutely under the KTH banner of Science and Art, Vetenskap och konst. And the music. Our students work several times a week with our pianists to develop their musicianship and vocal acting. We must be able to hear the musical interpretation that it tells the dramatic story. Theory lessons. Music theory are the building blocks of our musical character. Form, harmony, musical rhetoric, rhythms, melodies. We play with these building blocks every day. Language, text, and context. Text interpretation is an integral part of many aspects of our training. Rhetoric and analysis, intelligent and imaginative voice production. These are our daily bread. And because opera is an international language, we work with lots of languages. Italian at the core, of course, Swedish, English, German, French, Russian, Czech, to name only a few. We believe that a deep understanding of the language is an essential component of the embodiment of opera. And in the spirit of tradition, we offer a course in opera history that is not a dry subject. Our teachers bring the past alive. Reflection. All artists need time to reflect and incorporate, evaluate and develop. We continually reflect as we work, but we also have seminars, group discussions, some written papers to aid our artistic growth, and even freestanding courses for the general public. But now, to a very important factor that is rather special at our school compared to others. The group. Opera demands very strong artists, very dynamic individuals. The form of opera, however, is seldom a one-man show. Opera is in its nature a collective art form. Just as every planet in the solar system has its own characteristics, each planet influences the other in a delicate feedback system, and it is crucial for an opera singer to train this system. They must also train the various parts of the craft to make a seamless whole. Once when we teachers were put on the spot to define an above-average grade for an examination, the only thing we could agree on was that the best grade would go to the student in which you didn't notice the different parts, only the whole. And to train this, we have at the University College of Opera an unusual collaboration of teachers at many of our lessons over and above stage rehearsals. Imagine a singing lesson with a singing teacher, a director, and a language coach, or a musical coaching with a movement teacher, and so on. We really believe in this approach. And as we train and establish the ensemble feeling, we can interact and receive feedback from the world around us. The University College of Opera has projects of various kinds with many different institutions. I will not name them all. The Royal Opera, Folkoperan, Norrlandsoperan, KTH, but we have a very special collaboration with the Royal College of Music down the road and Stockholms Academy of Dramatic Arts, with which we combine composition students, orchestral musicians, our opera singers, directors, costume designers, and lighting engineers to produce new mini operas. And in addition, we carry out our work to different concert venues and schools, both in the Stockholm area and suburbs. As strong artistic personalities with the responsibility and ambition to use our talents to communicate with the world around us, to discover together what it is to be human together in our time, I think Gustav III would recognize himself somehow and give us his blessing and a round of applause for what we try to achieve with the art of opera in 2017. That is our fervent hope. Thank you.
I Verdis operor är den centrala konflikten ofta den mellan kärleken och plikten. Så också i Aida, där Aida har förälskat sig i fiendelandets härförare. Och nu kräver hennes far att hon ska svika sin kärlek för fosterlandet.
Okay. Hello, my name is Wilhelm Carlsson. I'm professor of music and dramatic performance at the Opera School. When I was appointed professor, my first day, I was walking from the subway here, and I felt a bit strange to walk into a campus of a technical university. But I was a bit relieved when I saw the sign there on the wall which said Science and Arts. I soon found out, in fact, that there were deeper ties between the two universities than I thought. There was a world-renowned research going on at the Technical University here about the human voice, which was a great benefit for our singers, of course. We also had a PhD candidate doing research, and he was within the KTH and collaborating working with sensors to make the opera singer create his own music, so to speak. So there was already collaboration going on, and there was a center of opera and technique, which was a kind of platform for this collaboration. We also often use the reactor hall because we find it as a marvelous space for singing. But it was, in fact, to strengthen the research, because there is in Sweden going on scientific research on scientific ground, but also research on artistic ground. So it was to strengthen the research on artistic grounds that we, in 2013, merged with the Dance and Circus School, which is also on this campus, and the Drama School, which is further down on Valhallavägen. So now we are a kind of university of performing arts. And research is going on a little bit here and there. And we are, of course, basically working on the performing arts, but it's under different profile areas. So we're working on bodily and vocal practices, which is very close to what we're doing here today. We also have an area which is called concept and composition. There is something which is called media and technique, and there is also an area which is about public engagement. At the Opera School, research is actually going on, of course, on the voice, to understand better the expression of the voice and the technique of the voice. It's about unlearning, not to do what you used to do all the time. It is about the creative moment. What is the basis? What is the core of the creative moment? It's about the rhetorics. At the circus school, you are doing research on handstanding. At the dramatic school, you are doing research on how to use loudspeakers in a creative way. Things like that. I'm trying to be short here because we want to listen to music, so I'm rushing a bit through this. There is maybe art in science. I think there is. I was meeting for a few years ago for the first time your passionate PhD students here at KTH, and I felt that it's the same passion that we have for our work. Maybe there is some science in the arts, I don't know, but there is absolutely a lot of knowledge within the arts. And I think with our research, we can strengthen the ties with science. We can strengthen the ties with KTH too, and it will develop through the years. And I think there is a bright future of Opera School and the KTH together. So, thank you very much. We'll go on to the next song. Thank you very much.
Så, avslutningsvis så stannar vi faktiskt kvar i konflikten mellan kärlek och plikt. Det temat finns också i Massenets opera Berättar, som ju bygger på Goethes roman Den unge Werthers lidanden. Charlotte slits mellan att vara trogen sin make och sin passionerade kärlek för den unge, svårmodige poeten Werther. Hennes lilla syster Sofie gör allt hon kan för att muntra upp henne och trösta henne. Och nu, kära publiken, ni är välkomna över hit. För de här 2 systrarna kommer att befinna sig här i den trappan. Och det går bra att fortsätta ut mot... Där ja, underbart. Varsågoda.
lasciar